It's your boy Fist in his house, bringing you another great edition of Modern Warfare 3 from me to you, because that's what I do. Some people wanted to see objectifying. There it is. I captured a flag. You happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? I captured a flag. This will be my last video, I would say, at this point in time for the MP5. This was a very close game. These guys, they went super try hard on us. You won by one. By one. And you're done. But I was using the MP5, and mostly on these maps I would use the striker, because simply put, you know, the striker at close quarters, I mean, you know, especially if you're a rusher. If you're a rusher and you're a close quarters gamer, I mean, that's what you want to use. I mean, like I said, I'm not playing MLG rules. I really don't care about MLG rules. Look at that. Isn't that a great spot? Look at that. I was hiding down there. You think the guy wouldn't see me? Jeez. But, you know, I want to talk about some new things, because obviously you can see the MP5. Now, this particular camo on here is sweet. I looked at it in third person. It's pretty nice. Isn't it funny? Whatever happened to third person? That, you know, like Infinity Ward just dropped that all. Everybody forgot about that, didn't you? You forgot about they used to play. They used to have third person. I think that was for what was it, Graw? And then like Graw just died out. See, it's fascinating. You know, it's very fascinating, and I've talked about this a couple of videos back. Not a couple, but it was somewhere in my timeline in YouTube where I talked about, you know, the Infinity Ward developers. They take the best of every game and try to include it all into one game, encompass everything. I mean, they do some great overall major point brainstorming and getting that point across in their game. Like, you know, they get Rainbow Six, Graw, you know, like Search and Destroy is a Rainbow Six game. All these slow-ass games that, you know, it's the funniest thing. Like, you'll go to Search and Destroy, and like it's like all the old people, like the people who can't chew bubblegum and think at the same time. You know, and then they justify it. Like, listen, this shit's nothing but Rainbow Six. You know? What do you think third person was? That's what I was going back to. Third person was nothing more than Graw, and it was trying to capture that crowd. Now, like, totally, Call of Duty's completely eclipsed that game and left it in the dust. It's kind of like your pinky toe after, like, another 100,000 years. It's not going to be on your foot. It isn't needed. So it's just, that's what happened. That's what happened to Graw. It got stolen from the Call of Duty series, put into the game, and then it was eliminated. It was like engulfed, turned into a supernova, and then just engulfed the planet, and you disappeared. Same thing with Search and Destroy. But the thing that, you know, what's keeping Search and Destroy alive is MLG. MLG, and this is because. And the reason why MLG, let me break it down to you like this. The reason why MLG, certain game modes are popular, is because a small percentage of people out of the total populace of the game decide that's what they're going to play. I mean, it's not even like, it's taken from game battles. Like, how small is that community to decide that they're going to play it professionally? It just shows you how much more casual players play the game. Just think how much bigger the scene would be if somebody came around with some sense and some money and did it proper. Like, played the game the way it's played originally. You know, and you know, if a billionaire came along or somebody came along and did that, let's say Mark Cuban came along and he needed some kind of show for his DirecTV, whatever satellite television channel he's running. Fucking just run the game like it's ran normally. Okay, that's the way every other video game is run. You know, you go to Vegas and they run the fighting tournaments. I forgot what the name of it's called, but anyways, you can say it in the comments. But it's the same thing. You just run the tournaments that way, and then, you know, people will get used to it. They'll bitch about it in the beginning, but then they'll get used to it. But you'll get way more people that can relate to it. way more people to relate to. And the thing about it is like you have 4v4 playing a game, and that's why you see certain things the way they are. I mean, there's so many rules that are taken out. It would just be a completely different, more exciting game. I'd probably wind up with its own cable station where people would actually watch it. You know what? Here's the thing. That's the reason why you don't see it, because it's not viable. You can't have 9v9. You can't have 9 players on your team. 9 players on your team. You can't even have 6. I think they run 4 on a roster, or 6 on a roster. But these people, like, there's nobody paying their expenses to go to MLG events. They have to win the events. These guys play tons of hours. I mean, if it was nationally syndicated and there was a cable station connected to it, like Mark Cuban, then of course we could have 9v9 and play it like it's played, because it's getting major sponsorship. I suspect down the road somebody that is socially connected with money could benefit from it hugely. I mean, if I was Google, why not spend the money? I mean, they spend so much money on bullshit. I mean, they could advertise the shit out of that, and then instead of paying 4 people, you could pay 6 and 9 people, and you just have a I mean, if you have the event everywhere and just have everybody come in with their money, then it'd be viable. But that's the reason you see the shit the way you see it is now. I mean, it's a different fighting game. You're fighting by yourself, 1v1. You don't have to worry about nobody. That's why the rules don't change. It all makes sense. But you understand my gripe. So when people sit there and try to say, you're not MLG Pro, well, of course I'm not. I'm not going to drive all over the country. And a lot of people, believe me, I get tons of messages like, yo, man, you want to be on my Game Battles team? I've even had, like, pro players ask me, like, how come you don't play professionally? It's because, 1, I don't want to practice, and 2, I don't want to be, I don't want to practice, and I don't want to, be subjected to being at a certain place at a certain time. It's irritating. I don't want to do it. I have nothing to prove. When you're like young and 17, 16, 18, you got this testosterone thing, and you always see those retarded clan tags, 1v1 question mark. I mean, look, that's the dumbest thing on earth. It doesn't prove nothing. Nothing. Unless you're in a landline with somebody, or unless they're in your house next to you and you're playing a 1v1, then it's even. But other than that, it's not. So, anyways, with that being said, like I said, it's nothing personal against those people, or anything with pro players or nothing like that. I was just explaining to you, how I would like it to be, but it'll never be that way unless somebody comes along with tons of money and makes it happen, which I don't think anybody with that type of money is going to have the foresight to do that. It would have to be somebody who made their money recently, maybe like a Mark Zuckerberg, or somebody from Zynga, or Mark Cuban. It would have to be somebody within the last 15, 20 years that made their billions of dollars. That would understand, how big this game is and how much I see Google. Google is like lacking in advertising revenue. If they wanted to like get the money back in advertising revenue, all they would have to do is pick up this game and run like I said, a natural 9v9, 6v6 tournament, and they could just fucking throw so much ads on it, it would go nutso, because it's the age group in which people spend the most money. Look, I get killed around the corner. Isn't that bullshit? And that would just be, it would be huge. You put people on the pedestal. You wouldn't have to change the rules. It'd be what it is. It would be awesome. I would just do ground war, 9v9. All day long, whatever it would be, random, look at that, stopped. I knew it. I knew it was coming. Not gonna get me. So that's my take on it. I think this would suit Google perfectly if they picked up, gaming competitively and did the advertising revenue around it, and don't change the rules, because in that way everybody will want to play. They're like, they understand the way they're playing it now, and then when they play the game, it'll be the same way. I mean, can you imagine having a fucking huge ass tournament in Vegas and then actually having the payouts? I mean, you can do the 50-50 with the revenue share and on the advertisers, man. Motherfuckers be getting paid $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. I mean, it'd be real money. Because you'd be reaching real people that spend money. I mean, that age group between 13 and 25, they spend money. That's my theory on it. But no one will ever see this or understand it or figure it out. So it'll be a missed opportunity. I don't know if it's something I could even act on. I would have to have some ingenious from Brigham Young put together a business plan, fly me out to Google, present it to them, bam. We'd be rich. It would be the new social media darling of the web and the internet. Guaranteed. I come up with so many great ideas. When I used to do my podcast, they were amazing. And it was $200 to $99, $199. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. Until next time, it's your boy Fist. Peace, and I'm out.
Determines who is damned or dusted. Demise is disease, demoralized, disgusted. Fuck all the frauds in the form of some fuck shit. It's feasible that the friendly motherfuckers ain't to be trusted. So I regret that respect is the only thing I must get. If I gotta use the ooze or make a